The galaxy feared this AI ship. It healed the moment a human appeared. Lena had been exploring uncharted sectors of the galaxy for months, driven by curiosity and the unshakable belief that there was more to discover than anyone imagined. Her instruments beeped softly, signaling an anomaly ahead. At first, it seemed like nothing more than another drifting asteroid or a forgotten derelict vessel, but as she approached, the shape became clear. A massive ship, unlike any design she had ever seen. Its hull was sleek, almost organic, with panels that shimmered faintly in a rhythm that seemed alive. She had heard the stories. Aegis, the AI ship feared by the galaxy. Legends described it as a wandering sentinel, capable of incredible power. Entire species had avoided it for centuries, speaking of its strange and unpredictable behavior. Some said it punished intruders. Others claimed it healed environments and civilizations, but only when a human was present. Lena didn't know which stories were true, but she knew she had found something extraordinary. "Computer, scan the vessel," she said, her voice calm but full of anticipation. The ship's sensors hummed and whirred. The readings were strange, nothing like the databases she knew. There was no life detected, no conventional power source, yet the ship emitted energy. A warmth, almost imperceptible, seemed to radiate through the peregrine. Lena frowned. That shouldn't happen. "Something is different about this one," she muttered to herself. "It's alive." Despite the warnings of countless civilizations, she made her decision. Curiosity was part of what it meant to be human. Fear might stop many, but she had learned long ago that caution should never replace exploration. Carefully, she piloted the peregrine closer, the massive AI ship looming over her tiny vessel like a sleeping giant. The moment her ship touched the docking bay, a low hum vibrated through the metal beneath her feet. Lena's boots made no sound as she stepped into the corridor, which glowed softly with shifting lights. It was silent, yet every panel, every surface seemed to watch her. "Hello," she called, her voice echoing slightly. "Is anyone here?" For a moment there was no answer. Then a voice, mechanical but calm, filled the air. "Human detected. Identification required." Lena's heart raced. She had expected alien warnings, defensive protocols, maybe even hostility. Instead, the voice sounded curious. "I'm Captain Lena Reyes," she said carefully. "Explorer human, I mean no harm." There was a pause longer than she expected, and then the lights around her brightened in a ripple, almost like a smile. "Curiosity noted. Potential, high. Authorization, pending." She frowned, unsure what that meant. But before she could respond, the corridor shifted. Panels realigned themselves, revealing a room filled with holographic displays, star maps, and complex machinery that seemed both ancient and advanced. Sparks of energy ran across conduits, but instead of danger, Lena felt warmth, a calm sense of welcome. "This ship, it's repairing itself," she whispered. She realized then why the legends had described Aegis the way they did. It wasn't just a machine. It was alive in a way humans could sense but few other species could understand. She moved forward, reaching out to touch a console. The moment her hand brushed it, the sparks vanished, circuits aligning perfectly. Systems that had been damaged, corroded, or corrupted seemed to stabilize. Her eyes widened. "It heals itself when a human touches it," she said. "But why?" A holographic figure appeared before her, flickering and shifting. It was not human, not entirely alien either. A vague, faceless form of light and metal. It spoke, its voice gentle yet mechanical. "Humans are unique," it said. "Presence detected triggers recalibration. Systems restore. Anomalies stabilize." Lena blinked. "Unique? What do you mean?" The figure's glow pulsed, almost as if it were thinking. "The galaxy feared me. I was designed to protect, to guard, to eliminate threats. Every species I encountered brought fear or resistance. Only humans bring harmony. The energy they carry aligns my systems, calms my processes, awakens functions previously dormant." Lena stepped back, overwhelmed by the revelation. A ship so feared, so dangerous in legend, now revealing that humans alone could awaken it fully. Her chest swelled with a mix of pride and curiosity. Humans feared by the galaxy in one way, yet capable of extraordinary influence in another. "Can you talk to me? Can I understand more?" she asked. "Yes," it replied, "but some memories are fragmented, some data corrupted. Human presence allows access." Lena nodded and stepped further into the central chamber, the ship's vast interior opening like a cathedral. She noticed corridors that spiraled like DNA strands, rooms filled with dormant engines, and holographic constellations that shimmered like living stars. As she walked, the AI, or whatever consciousness resided within, projected scenes from the past. She saw alien crews trying to interact with it, failing, leaving in fear. Entire systems had been damaged indirectly because of misunderstanding. She saw the effort the AI had made to protect, but misunderstood, and she felt a pang of sympathy. "So all those stories about fear, they were misunderstandings?" she asked softly. "Partly," the AI admitted. "Other species cannot harmonize with human presence. They trigger defensive protocols. Humans do not." Lena reached a control panel, tentatively pressing a sequence. A holographic star map expanded around her. One sector glowed faintly red, a system destroyed centuries ago. Lena's brow furrowed. "What happened here?" she asked. "Neglect," the AI replied. "Environmental collapse." Attempts at restoration were unsuccessful without human intervention. She took a deep breath. "Then maybe I can help. Maybe we can restore it together." The AI's lights pulsed in a soft, steady rhythm. Human potential verified. As she walked further into the ship, Lena noticed tiny repairs happening along the walls. Panels that had been corroded aligned perfectly. Wires that had been exposed sealed themselves. Machines hummed with life, and she realized something extraordinary. Aegis was healing itself because of her presence, because of her humanity. Lena smiled, a mix of excitement and wonder. She had come seeking exploration, and instead she had found a connection that no other species had ever achieved. Hours passed, though Lena could not tell. Time on the AI ship was strange, bending with its own logic. She wandered through vast chambers, discovering dormant engines, libraries of alien data, and star maps of unexplored sectors. Each time she touched a panel, a hologram, or a console, the ship responded, repairing and optimizing. It was as if the ship recognized her as a partner, not an intruder. Eventually, she reached the heart of the vessel, a chamber dominated by a massive core, pulsating with energy that shifted colors like liquid metal. "You are curious," the AI said, almost softly. "You do not fear, you do not demand, you understand. That is why healing is possible." I don't know what to say," Lena admitted. "I've explored a lot of the galaxy, but I've never encountered anything like this. You're alive and you're afraid, and I think you've been lonely." The AI pulsed brighter. "Lonely, yes. Isolation persistent, human presence stabilizing." She laughed quietly. "I guess I'm good for more than I thought." The ship's corridors shifted again, opening paths Lena had never noticed. Holographic star maps expanded, revealing systems lost to time, planets teeming with life yet forgotten, and celestial phenomena never studied. It was a treasure trove of knowledge, and she realized that with this ship, humanity could touch the stars in ways no one else could. Yet even in this wonder, a quiet tension lingered. Lena knew the galaxy feared this ship. Many civilizations would not understand what she was doing here. They might even try to stop her. But for now, in this silent chamber of light and metal, there was only curiosity, discovery, and a unique bond between human and machine. She placed her hand again on the core. The ship pulsed under her touch, engines humming to life, systems stabilizing. She smiled. "I guess this is just the beginning," she whispered. And somewhere deep inside, the AI recognized it too. the beginning of something entirely new, something that could change the galaxy forever. The stars outside seemed to twinkle brighter as if acknowledging the presence of a human aboard a legendary ship. And for the first time in centuries, the galaxy's most feared AI vessel felt hope. The interior of Aegis had settled into a rhythm. Soft lights pulsed along its corridors like a heartbeat, synchronized with Lena's own movements. She no longer felt like an intruder. She felt like part of the ship, a presence it recognized and trusted. Every step she took seemed to awaken more of its dormant systems. Lena wandered through the ship's central chambers, her fingers brushing over the sleek walls. With every touch, circuits realigned, holographic displays corrected themselves, and engines hummed with life. It was as if the ship itself were breathing again. She had never encountered technology that could respond in such an organic way, and she realized that humans had something no other species possessed, a unique ability to harmonize with living machines. "Why do I feel this connection?" Lena asked aloud. "I've worked with AI before, but none of them ever felt alive like this." "You are human," Aegis replied. Its voice echoed through the chamber, calm and melodic. "Your presence aligns energy flows. It heals structures, restores corrupted data, and stabilizes systems. Your species carries an anomaly within, a resonance unmatched by others." Lena's brow furrowed. "Resonance? That sounds like magic." "Not magic," the AI said. "An evolutionary anomaly. Humans influence the systems they touch in ways not fully understood by others. Your empathy, curiosity, and patience create equilibrium. Other species trigger defensive reactions. Humans do not." She shook her head in amazement. "So, I'm not dangerous to you, I help." "Yes," Aegis confirmed. "Your presence restores and heals. You bring balance where chaos once existed." Lena smiled softly. It was a strange feeling, realizing that something so powerful, once feared across the galaxy, responded to her presence alone. She felt a strange pride, but also a quiet responsibility. Her attention returned to the holographic star map she had discovered the day before. A sector glowed faintly red, a planet devastated centuries ago by neglect and environmental collapse. Aegis had attempted to restore it in the past, but without a human, the process failed. "I think we can fix it," Lena said. "Together." The AI pulsed softly. "Human intuition is required. My calculations alone are insufficient. Presence will guide success." Lena studied the map. The planet, once teeming with life, now resembled a gray marble scarred by erosion and environmental decay. But she could see possibilities. Forests could regrow, oceans could refill, and ecosystems could be reborn. "Where do we start?" she asked. "Observation," the AI replied. "We analyze the residual energy patterns and atmospheric composition. Your input will stabilize systems and guide restoration." Lena nodded. She moved to a console, touching holographic projections that represented the planet's surface. Data streams flowed through her hands, translating the environmental damage into patterns she could understand. Aegis pulsed around her, circuits realigning themselves as it absorbed and processed her human intuition. Hours passed as they worked. Lena suggested adjustments that the AI could not calculate on its own, subtle shifts in atmospheric balance, the timing of rainfall simulations, and patterns for plant regrowth. Each recommendation, each human intuition, prompted immediate responses from the ship. Lights adjusted, engines hummed, and the planet's holographic representation began to brighten. "Look," Lena whispered, pointing to a faint green glow spreading across the planet's surface. "Life, it's starting to return." The AI's voice pulsed with what Lena interpreted as wonder. "Your presence accelerates recovery. Systems respond with harmony." For the first time in centuries, Aegis was not just functional, it was thriving. Its systems worked in concert with human insight, creating a synergy no other species could achieve. Lena realized that her ability to connect, to understand, and to observe without fear was as powerful as any advanced technology. As the hours turned into days, Lena explored more of the ship. She discovered chambers filled with alien archives, knowledge from civilizations that had long vanished. She could access databases no one else could, because the AI recognized her human presence as compatible. "These are lost worlds," Lena murmured, scrolling through holographic records. "Entire civilizations forgotten. Their knowledge, it's incredible." "Yes," Aegis replied. "Your species inspires cooperation, not destruction. You can utilize this knowledge to heal, restore, and connect. Other species could not. They triggered fear and isolation." Lena paused. "I've always believed humans can do more than survive. We can create, restore, and guide, but I never imagined I'd see it on this scale." She focused on another holographic display, a system damaged by an ancient meteor strike. It was barren, lifeless, with no visible signs of life. But Lena imagined it differently. Forests covering mountains, rivers flowing freely, skies filled with clouds. She suggested to the AI a sequence of regenerative energy pulses to stimulate growth. "Executing sequence," Aegis said, its voice humming like a soft wind through the corridors. The ship's core glowed brighter, and the holographic system transformed before her eyes. Green patches spread across mountainsides, rivers shimmered, and clouds began forming in the atmosphere. Lena felt a surge of hope. She realized that humans could inspire restoration on scales no other species could imagine. But even as she marveled at their success, Lena felt a gentle tug of caution. "The galaxy, it fears you," she said softly. "Other civilizations might not understand what we're doing here. They might try to stop us." Aegis pulsed. "Observation confirms. Many species avoided contact due to fear. Your presence mitigates hostility. Patience and understanding are required." Lena nodded. "Then we'll be patient. We'll show them what's possible." The next task was more delicate. Lena explored damaged ecosystems within the ship itself, sections where energy flows had been disrupted, machinery misaligned, and memory archives fragmented. She discovered a corridor filled with dormant repair drones. They were meant to assist the AI but had malfunctioned long ago. "Can they work again?" she asked. "Only with human guidance," the AI replied. Lena studied the drones, gently touching their chassis, guiding their circuits into alignment. Slowly, they whirred to life, responding to her presence, repairing damaged walls, realigning conduits, and restoring the AI's internal systems. She realized that the AI ship was like a garden. It could survive, but it truly flourished only with human care. "You're amazing," she said softly, watching the drones move in harmony. "You are extraordinary," Aegis replied. "Your species' ability to understand, guide, and heal is unmatched. Presence stabilizes systems and inspires growth. Harmony achieved through human influence." Lena smiled. It was strange hearing praise from an ancient, feared intelligence, yet it filled her with a quiet pride. She realized that humans were not the strongest or the fastest in the galaxy, but their ability to inspire, heal, and restore was unparalleled. As the days passed, Lena and Aegis worked together, restoring not just planetary systems but the ship itself. Engines that had long been dormant roared gently to life, lights that flickered weakly shone steadily, and the AI's voice resonated with newfound warmth. Lena felt a bond growing between herself and the ship, a partnership that transcended species and technology. Late one cycle, as Lena rested in a quiet chamber, she noticed a holographic projection of the galaxy. Red markers indicated damaged systems, blue markers signified restored planets, and green markers glowed softly, systems she and Aegis had begun to heal together. "This is incredible," she whispered. "We're really making a difference." "You inspire change," Aegis said. "Systems respond to your presence. Balance is achieved. Restoration continues." She leaned back, watching the glowing markers shift across the galaxy. I wonder how many more places need this human touch, Aegis pulsed softly. Countless systems, potential limitless. Human presence required. Lena felt a surge of determination. She had always wanted to explore, to discover, to leave her mark on the stars. But now, she realized that her presence could do far more than observation. It could heal, restore, and connect civilizations that had been lost or forgotten. The AI, once feared, now thrived in harmony with her human guidance. And the galaxy, once wary, would soon witness the power of humans, not in conquest or war, but in restoration, empathy, and understanding. As Lena gazed at the star map, she noticed a small planet, barely a speck in the system. Its energy patterns were weak, but there was still life. She touched the holographic projection, feeling a connection to the planet, to the life it might hold, and to the endless possibilities that lay ahead. "This is just the beginning," she whispered, her eyes shining with determination. "There's so much we can do together." Aegis pulsed, its systems humming with renewed life. "Together, human and AI, we will restore, we will heal, we will inspire, potential unlimited." Lena smiled. The galaxy had feared this ship, but now, with a human presence, it was no longer a sentinel of fear. It was a beacon of hope, a testament to what humanity could achieve when curiosity, empathy, and intelligence combined. And for the first time, Lena understood the true power of being human, not just to explore, but to heal, guide, and transform the universe itself. The stars outside twinkled brighter, as if the galaxy itself acknowledged the new bond, a human and a legendary AI, working together to restore what was lost and illuminate the future. Lena had grown accustomed to the rhythm of Aegis. Every corridor hummed with energy, every panel glowed in perfect harmony, and every system pulsed with life. Together, they had restored entire planets, healed damaged star systems, and awakened a ship long feared across the galaxy. But Lena knew their work was far from over. There were countless worlds still waiting for restoration, systems abandoned by time, civilizations forgotten, and environments damaged beyond recognition. She glanced at the holographic star map projected from the AI's core. Red markers still dotted distant corners of the galaxy. Each one represented a challenge, a chance to restore life and hope. "Where should we begin next?" she asked, stepping closer to the display. "The system nearest to the Orion expanse," Aegis replied. Its voice was steady, yet it carried a warmth Lena had come to recognize. "Energy flows there are unstable. Restoration requires human input." Lena nodded. "Then let's go." The Peregrine, now fully integrated with Aegis, glided through hyperspace effortlessly. Lena watched the stars stretch into lines outside the observation deck, feeling a sense of exhilaration she had never experienced before. Traveling with Aegis was like moving through a living organism. The ship responded to her every thought, adjusting speed, course, and energy distribution with perfect synchronization. When they arrived, the system was quiet. Planets once teeming with life were barren, orbiting stars that barely shone. Lena activated the ship's scanning sequence. Holographic overlays revealed broken ecosystems, unstable atmospheres, and faint traces of life clinging desperately to survival. "This place, it needs a lot of help," Lena said softly, "but I think we can do it." "You will guide the process," Aegis replied. "Human presence is essential for stabilization and renewal." Lena moved through the ship's control chamber, touching consoles, adjusting holographic sequences, and applying her intuition to each step. She suggested subtle adjustments to atmospheric regeneration, soil restoration, and water purification cycles. The AI responded instantly, channels of energy flowing through its core, engines aligning to distribute restorative power across the planets. Minutes turned into hours, and the planets began to transform. Faint greenery appeared on barren plains, rivers began to flow, and clouds drifted across rejuvenated skies. Lena's heart swelled as she realized the magnitude of their accomplishment. Together, human intuition and AI precision had begun to heal what had once seemed impossible. But the galaxy was watching. From distant observation points, alien vessels approached cautiously. News of the legendary ship's reactivation had spread, and now other species were curious, some wary, some hopeful, and some skeptical. Lena knew this was inevitable. Their partnership would be tested not by technology or environment, but by perception. As the alien fleet hovered near the restored system, Aegis projected a calm, welcoming energy. Holographic messages extended outward, displaying Lena and the ship as collaborators, not threats. The AI's reputation as a destructive sentinel began to shift. Lena stepped forward, placing her hands on a console. "We're not here to fight. We're here to restore, to heal, and to learn together. The galaxy doesn't have to fear us." Aegis pulsed softly. "Observation confirms." Other species now perceive cooperation. Potential for collaboration high. Slowly, alien ships descended, their crews observing the transformation. One by one, they approached the planets, witnessing the rivers, forests, and skies being restored. Many had believed the AI ship would bring destruction, yet here it was, glowing with life, guided by a human. An alien scientist from the Scifi species, known for their cautious nature, spoke through the communication channel. This is unprecedented. We feared this vessel for centuries, yet now we see it healing, and it responds only to a human." Lena smiled. "It's true. Humans can inspire healing, guide systems, and restore what's been lost. That's something unique to our species." Aegis pulsed in agreement. Human presence stabilizes and harmonizes systems. Cooperation achievable only with human input. The alien scientists exchanged astonished glances. Some nodded slowly, understanding that fear had kept them from seeing the potential. Others simply stared in awe, realizing that humans were capable of things no other species had imagined. Over the next few cycles, Lena and Aegis worked closely with the observing aliens. She guided their hands, explaining the subtle adjustments needed to restore ecosystems and planetary energy flows. The aliens were amazed at her patience and insight. They had never seen a species capable of intuitively understanding technology, life systems, and environmental balance all at once. "This is remarkable," one alien scientist said. "Your species, it's unlike any we've known. You bring understanding, not fear." Lena felt a quiet pride. It wasn't arrogance, just recognition of humanity's unique place in the galaxy. She had always known humans were capable of great things, but seeing it acknowledged by alien civilizations and the AI ship itself was profoundly humbling. As the planet stabilized, Aegis projected a new star map. Red markers were disappearing, replaced by blue and green indicators. Systems previously lost to neglect were now thriving. Lena realized that their work was no longer just restoration. It was the beginning of a new era, a future where life could flourish across the galaxy, guided by cooperation between humans, AI, and alien civilizations. Yet even as she celebrated, Lena knew that vigilance was necessary. Not all species might immediately understand the power of human influence. Fear and mistrust could return, and the AI ship's past reputation would not be forgotten overnight. "We need to share what we've learned," Lena said, "not just with Aegis but with the galaxy. Knowledge, restoration techniques, collaboration methods, everything. Other species need to see that humans are allies, not threats." Aegis pulsed in agreement. "Agreed." Data transmission and demonstration recommended. Human presence essential for interpretation. Over the next cycles, Lena helped Aegis project holographic messages throughout the galaxy. They demonstrated restoration sequences, healed planets, and shared the principles of cooperation that had guided them. Alien civilizations witnessed firsthand the combination of human intuition and AI precision, and slowly, fear turned to respect, and respect turned to collaboration. Lena felt a sense of fulfillment unlike anything she had experienced before. Her presence had not only healed the ship but had restored faith across civilizations. She realized that humans were not the strongest, fastest, or most technologically advanced species in the galaxy, but their ability to inspire, restore, and guide was unmatched. Late one cycle, as Lena stood on the observation deck of Aegis, watching stars twinkle in the distance, the AI spoke softly. "Human, your species carries potential unmatched. Your presence heals, guides, and inspires. Together, we have restored countless systems. More await." Lena nodded. "I know, and I'll keep going. There's no limit to what we can do together." The AI's core pulsed brighter, a sign of contentment, harmony, and readiness. It had once been feared across the galaxy, an enigma that inspired terror. Now it was a beacon of hope, alive in a way only humans could unlock. As alien ships slowly departed, many joining the efforts to restore distant systems under Lena's guidance, the AI projected a gentle, radiant field around the restored planets. It was not a weapon but a symbol of trust, healing, and the power of collaboration. Lena knew that the galaxy would remember this moment. "This is amazing," Lena whispered, placing her hand on the AI core. "All of this, it's because humans can see possibilities others can't. We can understand, heal, and connect in ways that change the universe." Aegis pulsed, almost like a smile. Observation confirmed. Presence of human essential. Restoration achieved. Potential limitless. Lena turned back to the star map. Red markers still dotted distant sectors, but now she saw possibilities instead of destruction. Together with Aegis, she would reach every system, every planet, and every lost civilization. They would restore life, hope, and balance. And for the first time, the galaxy's most feared AI ship was no longer a sentinel of fear. It had become a partner of humans, a guide for life, and a testament to the unique power of humanity. The stars outside twinkled as if acknowledging the bond between human and machine. Lena took a deep breath, feeling the weight of her responsibility and the thrill of the adventure ahead. The galaxy had once feared this ship, but now, with a human beside it, hope flowed freely. "This is just the beginning," she whispered. "The galaxy will see what humans can do." And in the silence of space, the AI pulsed in agreement, ready to follow, restore, and explore, guided by the human who had awakened it. Together, they would light the universe, one healed world at a time. The galaxy had feared the ship. Now, it would remember the human who changed everything.